Bit of a background on myself. I head up partnerships now for TIACS, which stands for This is a Conversation Starter. But rewind the clock back, spent 30 years in sort of senior retail leadership with a couple of big organisations called Coles and Bunnings, and spent 30 years, 14 years and 16 years with them collectively. And then a few years ago, sort of needed a bit of a break myself from, the day-to-day grind of, corporate life and travel and, just the day-to-day pressures that you have within working in those environments. And so I wanted to take some time out and take a bit of a sort of reflection time, of like a sort of a mid-career reflection time, I guess. And, I found myself doing all different sorts of things, driving an Uber. Didn't really like it, to be honest. There's some really nasty people out there, and there's some really good people out there that get in your car as well. But there was something also missing. I wanted to give back, and I've got a background in fitness as well. So I set up a personal training studio working with people with a disability. And I did that for about 12 months. And then there was something still missing that I really wanted to gravitate to. And that is, making more connections, more networks, and doing something with a real big purpose. And don't get me wrong, working with people with a disability, there's nothing more humbling than, than grateful that you get the opportunity to make an impact on people's lives individually. But there was just something that I needed. And a friend of mine sort of shared a story on LinkedIn. I was happened to be on that night and came across this guy called Ed Ross that had shared something around trade mut and TIACS, and I just started to do a bit more investigating around, who is this guy, and then I found out there was two of them, Dan Allen and Ed Ross, and they were looking for someone for TIACS around. Pretty much when I read the job description, it pretty much had my name written over it from day one. It was all the things that I wanted to do and I was missing. But I think the main thing for me was, it was working in a space around mental health. But also it was working for a non-for-profit organisation. So you actually have an opportunity to give back, but give back into a space that I was quite passionate about with mental health. So here I am today, looking after the partnerships and, doing podcasts and radio interviews and all these sorts of things to get the awareness out there. But yeah, it's been a really exciting journey so far, but we're only just getting started.